Sports exercise program to decrease effects of inactivity during summer vacation. The plan is to implement a summer sports program approximately 8 weeks long, 2 weeks after the school ends, and the program then ends 2 weeks before school starts. We would like to do this in school-aged children, grades K through 5, and the goal is to decrease the probability of weight gain over summer break, as well as maintain physical fitness achieved during the school year through PE class. So why do we need this program? A recent study was done to see if summer break had any effect on the school-based fitness changes achieved through PE classes. The intervention itself was a school-based fitness curriculum, followed by summer break and an additional year of school-based fitness intervention. They tested the students' cardiovascular fitness levels, oxygen consumption, body composition, as well as fasting insulin levels. Although our study is not really too concerned with the insulin levels, but they did track that. So their subjects, they had 27 total randomized into the school-based intervention. 27 were assessed for eligibility, 27 were randomized, 17 were allocated to the intervention, 10 to a control. There were 0 lost to the follow-up, and 0 were excluded from the overall analysis. So the results of this study was during the fall of year 1, the mean body fat was approximately 37%. After the exercise program was introduced, the mean body fat percent dropped to approximately 35%. Then, after the summer break and during the fall of year 2, the percentage rose again to just under 37%, showing that during the summer, a lot of kids will end up gaining some body fat due to the decreased activity levels. And this is the results for the VO2 max. A VO2 max is the body's ability to use oxygen during exercise. The higher the VO2 max, the better the cardiovascular shape you are in. Before the intervention, the students had a VO2 max of just over 31. The mean then rose to approximately 33 during the spring, during the intervention. And then the following school year, once they came back after summer break, the mean VO2 max had dropped to a mere 30. Now in this case, the higher the VO2 max, the better physically fit you are. Their conclusion was in obese middle school children, school-based fitness interventions are an important vehicle for health promotion, but without sustained intervention, these benefits may be lost during the extended summer break. Why is our intervention important? Well, this is why we are proposing a summer-based sports program that will continue to keep a healthy body composition as well as allow for maintaining their levels of physical fitness. We want these children to be able to live their lives without being affected by diseases brought on by an unhealthy lifestyle, such as being sedentary. We believe that through physical activity, the children involved in the summer sports program will have maintained a healthy body weight or have had positive changes in body composition, as well as maintained or improved their physical fitness levels, as opposed to the control group. I would like to choose Harmony Hill Elementary School in Cohoes, New York. There are approximately 397 students. Group 1 would contain 199, which would be the summer program. Group 2 would be 198, which would be the control. The students would be randomly assigned into a group upon turning in a permission form signed by their parents. The students in the control group will continue about their summer break as they do every year, so they're just going to do as they normally would. Whereas the students in the sports program will arrive at the location at 10 a.m. and they will be there until 12 p.m. and they will participate in the activity on that day, using the theory of planned behavior to reach our goals. So the theory of planned behavior, you have 3 things that affect the behavior: the behavioral attitude, the subjective norms, and the perceived behavioral control. Now, it has been shown that the more perceived behavioral control that one has, the more likely that they will enact in that behavior. So we want to change the children's attitude towards being outside and exercising. So we're going to use sports and other outdoor activities to influence said attitudes. We also know that perceived behavior control has the biggest impact on the behavior itself. So we are going to incorporate choice into our programs as well. So at the start of every week, we're going to give the students a list of choices in sports and activities that they would like to do for that week. We will have a vote, and the top 3 activities will be the ones that we're going to do for the week. Each day at the program, we will have 3 separate choices for the kids to make on what they want to do for that day. They will then break into even groups or close to even groups from that point on. From there, we're going to let the students choose what types of games they would like to play. For example, if the group chose soccer, we would ask them if they would want to play smaller group games, such as 3-on-3, 2-on-2, things along those lines. Compete in a soccer-based relay race, like having them dribble to one side to another, come back, and then have the next person go. Or have a big game, where everybody is going to basically be in a large scrimmage. So the recruitment, I will ask the school to volunteer to be a part of this study and have them send home permission forms to the families of those that we receive the permission forms back. We will randomly assign the students into a group. The exclusion criteria: if they are unable to play a sport due to disability, the goal is to see if an 8-week program will help fight against obesity. If they're unable to participate, we can't really gather any data on that student. An incentive: each student who participates will receive a free t-shirt, a water bottle, and a drawstring bag, regardless of which group they are in. So even if they are not in the summer program, they're still going to receive something for being a part of the study. So our objectives: the primary objective is to have children maintain a healthy body weight, as well as have a positive effect on body composition. Second objective is to maintain or increase physical fitness that was achieved during the school year. So our evaluation: we're going to measure the height and weight and calculate the BMI of all students involved at the beginning, 4 weeks in, and at the end of the intervention. We're also going to have them do a VO2 max, which is an open circuit spirometry using a progressive treadmill walking protocol. This will get their heart rate up, and this will allow us to be able to calculate their VO2 max to see how physically fit they are at that moment in time. So the instruments that we're going to need is a physician scale for height and weight, a body mass index chart, open circuit spirometer, and a treadmill, as well as space to complete these. So for the analysis, we will calculate the mean BMI for group 1 and 2. We will calculate the mean VO2 max for group 1 and group 2. We will then compare the means to see if there is any statistically significant difference between the two groups to either prove or disprove our hypothesis. For the budget, we can ask for donations from local community groups such as the YMCA, the Boys and Girl Club, local churches, community centers. We can propose a plan to the city board to gain funding. After doing all the math, we will need approximately $3,000 to start up for all the equipment that we will need for the large amount of students. And for the study, we will provide workers, but we will need to incorporate workers to budget for the following year if the study is a success. Or we could have parents volunteer to work with the children, or just volunteers from the community itself. So for sustainability, we could ask the parents what they thought on the camp and if they would allow their children to return, hold donation events to allow the return of the program. We could appoint someone as a director or form a subcommittee to ensure someone will be around to take care of the program. We can also send out flyers twice a year through the school. So if we send the memo home twice a year, we can not only get the children excited about the camp itself or the program itself, but we can also plant the idea in the parents' head that this would be a good idea for their child to participate in. Thank you very much.